Good morning, class. My name is Ms. McGillis, and I am one of the library teachers here at Natick High School. Today, we are going to discuss and learn about Boolean operators. When entering terms for a search query into a database, it is important to understand the dual concepts of Boolean logic and Boolean operators. According to Brown and Bell, Boolean logic, named after mathematician George Boole, is the notion of language having mathematical precision. Using that mathematical logic, Boolean operators connect search words together and can either broaden or narrow your search. There are three basic Boolean operators: and, or, and not. Knowing how to use Boolean operators will improve a user's search strategy, especially when the topic contains multiple search terms. This is achieved by either adding in or filtering out unnecessary words or phrases. When you use the Boolean operator and in a search, it will narrow your results. Although that seems contrary to how you think of the word and, traditionally you get more when you add something, but when used as a Boolean operator, both terms must be present in order to retrieve relevant results. For example, if you searched for beaches and oceans, each result will contain both the word beaches and oceans in it. Thus, you would likely get less results than searching for either beaches or oceans. Which brings us to the Boolean operator or, which broadens your search. Brown and Bell note that this is helpful in several ways. When there are several words that can be used for the same concept, or you wish to link closely related concepts that are not necessarily synonyms. Using or to broaden your search lets the database know that any of the terms you enter can be located in the resources retrieved. For instance, if you searched beaches or oceans, each result will contain at least one of the search terms. It could have both beaches and oceans, just beaches, or just oceans. The Boolean operator not excludes words or phrases from your search. For example, if you searched beaches, not oceans, or oceans, not beaches, that would mean you only want resources that are about beaches or oceans, not both together. Traditionally, this is the least used of the Boolean operators, since completely omitting a term from a search can drastically limit results. It can also have a negative impact if the database interprets the search incorrectly. Brown and Bell use the warning example that if you were searching for Mercury cars, not the planet Mercury, and you entered Mercury, not planet, as your search, and the abstract of an article stated, "This article is all about Mercury cars, not about the planet Mercury," then chances are you would not retrieve that article, even though it is the subject you are looking for. When using a database for the first time, it is important to reference the help button or search tips if available to determine whether Boolean operators need to be capitalized, since this is up to individual databases. Another thing to check is the order of operations, as depending on the database, this can also differ. Brown and Bell note that typically databases use the following order when processing a search query using multiple Boolean operators. Not operators are performed first, then and operations are performed. Finally, or operations are performed. Using parentheses can help you guide your search and ensures that the Boolean operators are used in the order you choose, rather than defaulting to the database's predetermined order. Since most databases read and before or, it is essential to place or statements within parentheses to avoid any kind of ambiguity. Information within a set of parentheses will be read first. Then the information outside of the parentheses is read. For example, searching beaches or oceans and Cape Cod with the words beaches or oceans in parentheses will return resources on beaches and Cape Cod, as well as results containing oceans and Cape Cod, but will not return beaches or oceans when Cape Cod is not mentioned. I hope you have found this tutorial on Boolean operators helpful. Please do not hesitate to ask if you have any further questions on Boolean operators or other search techniques.